Hello everyone and welcome to episode 35 of The Moaning Show. I am as always HCD Rules 0001, and first off I have to apologise that there hasn't been an episode in the last couple of weeks, but other things have taken precedence, and with events in the family happening, strange events at that, I haven't found the time to add these videos, even though my Formula 1 channel is still, highly active and up and running. So this edition, episode 35, I'd like to talk to you about must-have gadgets. Now, we all have must-have gadgets, be they communication gadgets, entertainment gadgets, or just general general gadgets that we use every day. For instance, the communication gadgets will be a mobile phone or a cell phone, as you would call them in America. Tablets, over the headphones, with microphones attached. Entertainment gadgets include anything like an iPod or an MP3 player. They go back in time, to about the 70s, I guess. And as time goes on, they get smaller and smaller and smaller. For instance, the mobile phones in the 80s, when they first became a real big thing to have, they were about this big, and you had to have you had to wind up a power fucking thing to get them working. But as I say, when they get going in time and technology catches up with each other, then these things become smaller, more compact, so you can fit them in your pocket. Like I say, entertainment gadgets include things to listen to music on, things to play games on. Games consoles are a big addition to must-have gadgets of the past 20 years, and some would say, even my family would actually say, that the internet is a must-have gadget. If you think about it, 10-15 years ago hardly anyone had the internet. Now look at us, we're doing videos like I'm speaking to you now for posting on a website called YouTube, and these videos, we're getting 24 hours of video added to this website every hour, or something along those lines. That figure may well have increased. But it's the fact that must-have gadgets are now bigger things, like a PC or a computer or a laptop or whatever. They're sort of must-have gadgets now. If you haven't got a computer and internet nowadays, you're in trouble. Not the fact that you don't have the latest must-have app or download or thingy for your phone or whatever. It's the fact that you are cut off from communicating with the rest of the world. For instance, I live in southwest England. The majority of my family lives in southeast England. And I will say to you now that I have kept in touch with my family a darn sight more since we got the internet. It's easier to pop on the internet, or Facebook or Twitter or whatever your social network thing is, or an email. Email is must have. If you sign up for something and it says please insert your email address, if you haven't got an email address, no one can contact you. But that's the weird thing. That is the weird thing. You've got to have these things to keep in touch. And internet, Twitter, Facebook, whatever social media, social network account excuse me, that you use is a must-have now. And freely admit that I do spend too much time on a computer or a games console, whatever I have the time to spend at the moment. I'm sort of ashamed to say that, but you know, it's just the way that I don't feel that the internet has changed my habits much. I've always been the same, and that's probably my problem. But the worst bloody thing now is the fact that we get these adverts, or we get these, you know, pictures and things like that, and they're all with people like, yeah. I mean, they're designed to make us want these bloody things. And the worst thing, we see celebrities with the latest phone, and the most annoying thing about must-have gadgets is you see people all over the place, oh, did you get the latest app? It's brilliant. And you're thinking, yeah, because a mobile phone used to be for calling people. It's not anymore. Play games on it, you can play music on it, you can watch videos on it. All you need a mobile phone for, and this is, I stand by this even though I'm sitting down, I stand by this, all you need a mobile phone for is to make calls. You need a mobile phone to make calls, to receive calls, obviously. If you're in trouble or you need picking up from somewhere, or if you need help getting home or whatever, you can make a call on your mobile phone and that's it. You don't need the latest app to say how many hours to go to the Olympics, or you don't need an app to tell you the latest goals in a football league program, whatever. You don't need the latest app to tell you when your favourite celebrity has just tweeted or put something on Facebook. You don't need a phone that does all of that. You don't need a phone that you can listen to music on. That's what a bloody MP3 player on iPad's for. You don't need iPad. I meant to say iPod. iPad's just as bad. These things are touchscreen activated mini laptops. Now, I really admit, money no object, I would have one, because it's just so simple to just, because these things are touchscreen. We are getting to that sort of time now in terms of technology, where we can just go, you can bring up some sort of on-screen keyboard, you could just type stuff out like that, and boom, you're on the internet. You can use a touch on-screen mouse. I think that's a great idea. I also think this thing called Kindle, which is a reading instrument, a reading piece of equipment, will save trees. And quite frankly, trees need to be saved for our own good. But these things are touchscreen. You scroll down, so like if you're reading something, you scroll down and you can zoom in. I think I've never actually used one, or seen one in the flesh, so, but you can scroll down, you zoom in on a bit, and there's even a little mini pen, or what we call in the gaming community a stylus. So you can grab this thing, you can highlight pieces, you can even do the crossword on these things, I do believe. And yes, they're must-have gadgets. They are must-have gadgets. Now, the frustrating thing is that nearly everyone has got one of these things. You've either got a mobile phone, an MP3 player, or music player, we'll call them from now, and an iPad, iPod, some other writing implement that they just note things down, or some sort of recording implement like a dictaphone or something like that. It's like, note to self, must have dinner later. It's like, and you play that thing back and you think, yeah. I got a dictaphone a couple of years ago for Christmas, and basically because of story ideas that I have. I like writing fictional stories based on my favourite television programmes, and there's no problem with that. It's not as if I'm going to send off these stories to the show's creators For a start, I'll get done for copyright. Secondly, if I didn't get done for copyright, they must get loads and loads and loads and loads. We're talking millions of people sending in ideas for stories and stuff. Thirdly, even if we didn't get a lot of people sending in ideas and things, it's not as if the producers of the show go, blimey, these stories are good, we better make these into telly programs or another series, because that would be ideal. You know, I mean, that would be ideal, and all of this family's money troubles would be gone in an instant. But you know, life isn't like that. But as I say, the worst thing about it is, not only do these gadgets belong to about 90% of people in Britain, these people have a gadget, they have this shit, and you can see everyone either on a train or a piece of public transport, they'll either go, and that's understandable, it's music, you listen to music, but then you see people on the phone or on their touchpad phone, and or their touchpad, and they're doing something like that, and you think, just sit. Gone are the days when you sit and watch the world go by. Gone are the days where you sit and watch the scenery. Now, so if you're on a train, you watch the scenery go by, you look at all the, you know, the buildings and all the green grass and everything like that. You're too busy faffing about on your fucking latest must-have gadget, you know. And must-have gadgets are always getting upgrades and stuff like that. For instance, downloading apps. If you've got an iPad or whatever and things like that, there's always this latest must-have app that will tell you the football scores, or tell you when your football team scored, or what fucking Peter Andre's saying in the fucking press, you know. And you're thinking, yes, it's nice to have these things for the people that don't have money, or they can't be bothered, or they're actually wise and they don't spend money on this crap. They miss out on what Peter Andre's saying, or they miss when their football team scored. So what? The majority of people in this country cannot see the football, and the majority of people in this country don't give a shit what Peter Andre's saying, or anyone from a sports team, or anyone from fucking any fucking half-assed celebrity from one of these fucking reality shows. I couldn't give a flying bastard what they're saying. You know, the things that matter to me are the things that matter to me. If they don't matter to you, I don't care. If they matter to you as well, brilliant. Call me. Or email me. There's an email address after every episode of the show on the video description. If you think what I'm moaning about is what you'd like to moan about, email me more. Brilliant stuff. If you've got something that really pisses you off, email me again and I'll moan at that. But that's about it for this edition of The Moaning Show. I again have to apologise for the lack of videos in the last fortnight, and I also have to apologise for the lack of a video with my father. I have been trying my damnedest to get him involved on a football video with regards, because I was trying to get it out while the European Championship was going on, the Euro 2012, and he just couldn't find the time, or he couldn't be asked to do it. Like I say, we've had a very strange family event in the last fortnight that's, you know, taken probably some of the sting out of what he might have been saying, but all in all, you know, we're okay and things like that. If there's any family members still watching at this particular time, you know, we're okay. We're trying to get things sorted in the least possible time, and obviously with all of the flooding and everything, it's obviously going to be difficult for people to get to work to help us out to do all that sort of stuff. So, as I say, thank you for watching this edition. The next edition I will definitely be posting up this time next week, or round about this time next week, and it's a subject that is extremely relevant. I don't know, but I might try and get my father to join me on that one. If not, I will definitely see you next week.